Sup everyone, I'm ItsReallyTimmyB and I am back at it again with another Pokemon Challenge video. This video I find out, can I beat Pokemon Gold with only one Staryu? Staryu and Starmie are my favorite Pokemon and channel mascot, so it was only a matter of time before I did a Staryu only challenge. And this is my first time doing Gen 2 on the channel. How exciting. Now, Staryu doesn't have the best of stats with a base stat total of 340, but our special attack and speed are pretty good for a Pokemon like this, so we shouldn't struggle in too many battles. However, our Gen 2 moveset is pretty bad and we don't learn much from TMs. We don't even get Psychic until Kanto, so this will likely be a lot of Surfing and then Icy Wind for Dragons. Before we get started, let's go over the rules. Number 1, I can only use Staryu in battle. I'll need other Pokemon for HMs, but Staryu will only be in battles. Number 2, no items in battle. Held items are fine, and hopefully I'll remember to use some. And finally, if you like Pokemon, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell to be notified for new videos and live streams. If everyone who is unsubscribed watches this hits subscribe, I'll hit 1.5 thousand no doubt. Alright, let's get started. I used the Ultimate Pokemon Randomizer to replace Totodile with Staryu so our rival can have the Grass Starter, providing more of a challenge. I decided to name my Staryu Starburst. Comment below your favorite flavor of Starburst, or color. Do you all actually say the flavor or just pink Starburst? Let me know. We got Tackle and Harden to start, but I quickly grind up to level 7 to learn Water Gun. Our first rival battle is a bunch of trading tackles back and forth. On the first move, Chikorita growls once, but eventually I survive on 1 HP and can officially start the game now. Normally in Johto games, we can go to Sprout Tower to grind up for the first gym, but we would get absolutely bopped in there, so I'm grinding in the wild to prepare. You know what I say, bop or be bopped. Faulkner is the first gym and goes about as expected. He's no threat, but it takes a while for him to go down. His Pidgey gets off a tackle before going down to 2 Water Guns. Starburst and his Pidgeotto trade off Water Gun and Gust for a few turns. He crits his second Gust, but it's not enough, and we get our first gym badge of the run. There's really not much in between the first 2 gyms, so we go straight to Bugsy, which goes pretty much the same as Faulkner. He has a Metapod and Kakuna who won't do much damage to us, but Metapod gets a String Shot off to lower our speed before being taken out by Water Gun. Kakuna uses its signature move Harden, which does nothing and goes down to Water Gun. Scyther goes for a quick attack that does 10 damage, and Water Gun does roughly the same. We both keep using Quick Attack and Water Gun, and I get it in the red, thinking Bugsy would heal, and then we'd be done for. But Bugsy just didn't, and we get the win for our second gym badge. We got another rival battle, and this one poses a little bit of a challenge. I taught Starburst Swift, which we would have learned at level 25, but I had the TM, so why not? We couldn't one-shot Ghastly, and it hits Hypnosis, so that pretty much does it for this battle. But I continue along. Ghastly only uses Lick, which doesn't do much, but I need to be at Bayleaf at full health to have a chance. I try Swift to see how much that does, and it's not a lot, and then it growls me. So I just Swift a few more times before going down to Razor Leaf. I try again at level 23, and it went pretty much the same with Bayleaf, so I'm back at level 25, so we would have had Swift in this battle anyways. I one-shot Ghastly, so now that's good, and I get a Water Gun, and Bayleaf critically hits Razor Leaf, and I'm already down to basically my last life. I hit Swift for some good damage, and Bayleaf misses Razor Leaf. I hit Swift again, and my rival decides to go with Poison Powder, so another Swift takes it out. The last Pokemon is Zubat, and goes down to 1 Water Gun for the much-needed win. Whitney is up next, and for once, she was pretty easy. Her Clefairy goes for a Metronome, which turns to Growl, which isn't a problem. We're just going to be using Water Gun in this battle. After a few Water Guns and a weak Double Slap, we take out Clefairy. Now it's time for the cow that hurt us all back in the day. Miltank goes for the classic Rollout, but it's not very effective against us, and we can take it out with Water Gun before Rollout becomes too powerful. Once again, the gym leader doesn't heal when their ace is in the red. That's weird. Hey, but I'll take the win. As soon as I get to U-Critique, I immediately go defeat all the Kimono girls and their evolution so I can get Surf, the main move I'll be using in this run, and I'm pretty happy we get it relatively early in this game. Surf's up! We got another rival battle because why not? And we also have Bubble Beam in case we run out of Surfs. Haunter goes down to 1 Surf, Magnemite goes down to 1 Surf, and out comes Bayleaf. I still go for Swift and it does decent damage, and Bayleaf missed a Growl, which is even better, so I get off another Swift, and Bayleaf goes for Razor Leaf. Another Swift puts it in the red, and it crits a Razor Leaf to leave us at 4 HP. Zubat is out next, and, you guessed it, goes down to 1 Surf. Next up is Morty and his Ghost, and I'll try not to say goes down to 1 Surf every single time, but that's basically what will happen a lot now. His first Ghastly gets 1 shot, so does Haunter, and we are now at level 33. Gengar barely survives a Surf, but goes for a very mean look, and now I'm scared, but 1 more Surf does the job. Once again, Gym Leader not healing their ace in the red. Did they just not have healing items in Gen 2? Let me know in the comments. We send his final Haunter to Bikini Bottom with 1 more Surf. We get to Olivine City and find out that Ampharos is sick, so we hop on our pink Lapras to surf to Cianwood. Friendly reminder, make sure to hit that thumbs up button to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you like Pokemon. 10,000 subscribers and I'll sleep lock Pokemon Violet on release day. While I'm in Cianwood, might as well battle the gym leader, Chuck. He's a fighter with only 2 Pokemon, so this shouldn't be too hard. His Primeape gets 1 shot with a Surf, and next up is Polywrath. Surf isn't very effective, and we're only 8 levels higher, but Surf still does some solid damage. Polywrath takes aim, and on the next move, we critically hit Surf to put it in the red, and he lands a Dynamic Punch which does a lot of damage and confuses me. Luckily, a long time ago in this run, I threw on a Bitterberry for Starburst to hold, which rids our confusion, and 1 final Surf gets us to level 39 and the win. I deliver the medicine that saves Ampharos and the Olivine City Lighthouse, so it's time to battle Jasmine. And, stop me if you heard this before, but her first Magnemite goes down to 1 Surf. The second Magnemite also goes down to 1 Surf, as it's basically the same Pokemon as the first one. And finally, her Steelix comes out and I thought it might take 2 Surfs, but we critically hit 1 for the win without taking any damage. After 6 badges, the game finally decides to get Team Rocket involved, so let's battle some executives in Mahogany Town. The first executive has a Zubat that stood no chance to the waves from Starburst, and next up is a Raticate. He hits a quick attack before getting surfed to oblivion, and last up is a Coughing that can't handle the waters from this beautiful star. Next up is the female Rocket executive, and her team is a little bit better than the last executive, but she still has no chance. She sends out an Arbok first, which is a 1-shot with Surf. She sends out a Gloom, so it's time to go back to Swift, which does over half health. Gloom uses a super effective Absorb, but it's weak and doesn't do too much, and Gloom goes down to another Swift. Her last Pokemon is Murkrow, and it's pretty weak, and 1 Surf gives Team Rocket their first helping of Starburst. I thought Price's Ice Puzzle was near impossible back in the day, but it was pretty easy this time. And as we all know, ice puzzles can take me a little bit of time. Anyways, we critically hit a Swift to take out his first seal, which is a great start. Dugong is out next, and I continue to use Swift for not a lot of damage, and we trade Swifts and Headbutts. Luckily we're faster, so we don't have to worry about getting flinch, and Dugong goes down after 3 Swifts. His ace is a Pillow-Swine, and Surf is super effective, so all it takes is 1, and we already have 7 gym badges. I forgot how quick these games are. No wonder they added Kanto. Back in Goldenrod City to save the radio tower from Team Rocket, we have another rival battle. We actually had another battle with one of the Rocket executives, but he had 5 Coughings and a Wheezing, and all it took was 6 Surfs. What a shocker. Anyways, this rival battle was interesting and fun. We got Icy Wind for Price, but I forgot to slap it on Starburst, so once again we rely on Surf and Swift. Golbat goes down to 1 Surf. Magnemite is a 1-shot, and it's time for Meganium. Icy Wind would be perfect here, but oops. Oh well, let's do this. Swift goes as expected, and we get an immediate crit from Razor Leaf. I try Swift again, thinking Razor Leaf won't crit again, and we are down to 4 HP. Instead of giving up, I thought to finally use Recover. I use it a few times and hope Razor Leaf doesn't crit, and it does not, so we are in a good spot. Razor Leaf never crits again, and we take down Meganium with some Taylor Swifts. We're faster than the rest of his team, so a Surf 1-shots Haunter. Sneasel is out last, and I was slightly worried it might be faster than us, but it's not, and Surf gets us an exciting win. We have our final battle with the Rocket executive, and he changes his team from 5 Coughings and a Wheezing and starts with a Houndour that goes down to 1 Bubble Beam. Haha, you thought I'd say Surf, didn't ya? Coughing is out next, and I thought, let's continue beaming Pokemon with bubbles, and Coughing goes down. His final Pokemon is a Houndoom, and the Bubble Beam party is over, and I hang 10 on this Fire Dog with a Surf, and I saved the radio tower from the evil of Team Rocket. The final Johto gym leader is Claire of House Targaryen, and she actually presents us our first roadblock since the rival battle after Bugsy. Her first Dragonair barely survives an Icy Wind and gets off a Thunder Wave to paralyze me, and that's basically the battle. We aren't paralyzed and take it out with another Icy Wind. Her second Dragonair hits a super effective Thunderbolt to take us down to 55 health before we take it out with Icy Wind. We take out her third Dragonair after she hits a Dragon Breath, but we stand no chance against Kingdra being paralyzed with not a lot of health, and it immediately goes for a Hyper Beam to make me grind a few more levels. I try again at level 53, and this time we can one-shot the first Dragonair, which is great because they'll go for the paralysis most of the time. The second Dragonair goes down to an Icy Wind, and so does the third one, and we get to Kingdra at full health, which I thought was good enough, but our first Icy Wind doesn't do half or more, so we might be in a little bit of a pickle here. It uses Smokescreen, which lowers our accuracy, so then I switch to Swift as it doesn't miss for some solid damage. It Hyper Beams me, so I have a free turn and try for an Icy Wind to almost take it out. And finally, a gym leader heals their ace as Claire uses a Hyper Potion. After a few Icy Winds, I get Kingdra back into yellow health and it paralyzes me with a Dragon Breath, and then I go down to a Hyper Beam before I can get off another move. So close. I grind up one more level to potentially two-shot Kingdra, and it doesn't take too long to grind. The first three Dragonairs go as expected as I one-shot them with Icy Wind, so we are back at Kingdra with no damage. Icy Wind does about the same, and it once again goes for Smokescreen. I go for Swift again, and Kingdra also uses Smokescreen, so more Swifts are coming. I go for Swift, and Kingdra uses Hyper Beam. This actually prevents Claire from being able to heal on the next turn, as Kingdra has to recharge because Hyper Beam is a 2-turn move. So one more Swift takes it out, and we finally have all 8 Johto Gym Badges, really fast. The Johto Victory Road only has one trainer, and it's our final rival battle. Sneasel is out first, and it only takes one Surf. Magneton is out next, and it can really do some damage to us if it can handle a Surf. But it doesn't, and we one-shot it. The tough Meganium is out next, and it survives an Icy Wind, but it only sets up Reflect, which affects only Swift. Interesting. One more Icy Wind, and Meganium is gone. Golbat is out next, and I should probably go for a super effective Icy Wind, but Surf is too powerful and takes it out in one hit. Haunter goes down as expected, and finally, it's Kadabra. And once again, one Surf does the job, and we are finished with our rival in this game. Practice up, homie. Before we head into the Elite Four, time for a final stat check. I put the Nevermelt Ice to boost up Icy Wind a little bit, which we will probably need for Lance. Level 59 seems low, but not for the Johto Elite Four. Comment below if you think I can do this. The first member of the Elite Four is Psychic Trainer Will, who starts off with a Xatu. Icy Wind is super effective, so that's an easy one-shot to start our run. Executor is out next, and I thought it would survive an Icy Wind, but we end up one-shotting it. I wonder if it's because of our slight boost from our held item. Jinx is out next and takes a Surf, but only uses Double Slap for 6 damage, and a Swift takes it out, and we are cruising through this battle. Slowbro is out next, and this is the biggest threat since it is a defensive tank. We go for our strongest move, Surf, first. Technically, Hydro Pump is our strongest, but it's inaccurate. You know what I mean. Slowbro then uses Amnesia to boost up his special defense. Just great. We Surf again and another Amnesia, so it's time for Swift. Slowbro gets off a Psychic for some decent damage, but one more Swift takes it out. His final Pokemon is a Xatu, and it goes down to one Icy Wind, and we move on with a pretty easy battle. Next up is Koga, who got an amazing promotion going from Kanto Gym Leader number 5 to Johto Elite Four number 2. Congrats, Koga! His team isn't anything scary and would be a sweep if we had access to Psychic, but we're still a few battles away from Kanto. Ariados is first, and all it takes is one Surf to take out the Itsy Bitsy Spider. Venomoth is out next, and I hesitate to go for an Icy Wind, because I always think it's part flying type, but it's not. So one Surf and we one-shot the Moth. Fortress is out next, and again, another Pokemon I think it's the wrong type. Looks more like a Bug Rock versus Bug Steel. Either way, one Surf does the job, super effective or not, and it's time for the super special D tank, Muck. Surf takes it over half, which is all that matters. It goes for a Minimize, so I would really like to hit this next Surf so we don't have to worry about Minimize anymore. We do miss and get hit with a Sludge Bomb, but luckily our next Surf hits to take out Muck. His Ace Crobat is out next, so I go with Icy Wind to put it in red health, and it goes for Double Team. Now this is the Koga we know from Kanto. I go for Swift, but Koga actually heals, but we are in Icy Wind range. I miss and get poisoned from Toxic, so we are on the clock. I hit my next Icy Wind and we move on while getting to level 60. Because of Koga's promotion, Bruno got bumped up to Elite Four member number 3. Nice work, Bruno. I thought his team would all be one-shots with Surf, but I was a little surprised. Surf takes his first Hitmontop into the red, and he goes for Dig. So I gotta stall for one turn, so I just go with the Swift. After Dig, we take out Hitmontop with Swift. Hitmonchan is out next, and we get it into the red with Surf. Now I'm a little worried about Lance if we can't one-shot a Hitmonchan. Hitmonchan hits a Thunder Punch for some decent damage, but it's not physical yet, so ha! Take that, Hitmonchan, and take this Swift to take you out. Hitmonlee did its job and went down to one Surf, and it's time for his Ace Daddy, Machamp. Surf takes it over half, and it hits us hard with a Cross Chop. A crit would have definitely taken us out. He heals with a Max Potion, so 2 more Surfs, and we move on to his final Pokemon. It's an Onix. We're super effective and faster, so 1 Surf, and we move on to the next member. Since they added the Dark type in this game, the final Elite Four member is a Dark type, of course, with Karen. She sends out an Umbreon first, which is capable of taking a few hits. Actually, I pulled a Karen and Umbreon card from the Brilliant Stars pack, so be on the lookout for a TCG short of that soon. We critically hit Surf to one-shot the Umbreon, which is absolutely huge. Next up is Vileplume, because when I think of a Dark-type Pokemon, I think of the Grass Poison Vileplume. 1 Icy Wind almost takes it to the red, and it misses a Stun Spore, thank God, and 1 more Icy Wind takes it out. Next up is the very Dark-type Gengar. I guess Ghost can be scary and dark, but it's not another Dark-type. I was gonna say it makes sense, but there are 5 Dark-type Pokemon in this game. Murkrow, Sneasel, Umbreon, Houndoom, and Tyranitar. Either way, we 2-shot Gengar with Surf, and we avoid Paralysis with a Lick. We one-shot the remaining 2 members. Murkrow goes down to 1 Icy Wind, and Houndoom to a Surf. So a little surprised about how easy this has been going, given our moveset, but hey, I'll take it. Now it's time for the champion. So, Koga got promoted, Bruno got promoted, what about that dragon dude, Lance? Well, he too got promoted to Champion of Johto, so it's time to take on his dragons. Gyarados is out first, and we don't have much for it, so I go with the Surf for about 1/3 of damage, and it uses Flail, which is fine for now, but Gyarados needs to stop using that ASAP. Flail is more powerful as you have less and less HP, so it can do some serious damage if we get it in the red. Another Surf and Flail, then a Surf and a Hyper Beam puts us at 33 health, but Gyarados goes down to a Swift. So basically, we need to be faster and hit all of our Icy Winds to win this battle. We hit Icy Wind against his first Dragonite. 1 down, few more to go. We hit Icy Wind on the second Dragonite to take it out, and we are halfway to becoming Champion of Johto. Out comes his third Dragonite, and we hit Icy Wind again. I'm not too surprised it's 95% accurate, but in runs like these, it tends to feel like 75%. Next comes a Charizard, and all it takes is 1 Surf from Starburst, and his final Pokemon is an Aerodactyl, which is super fast. I thought for a second it might outspeed us, but we're a fast star. And 1 more Surf, and we are Champions of Johto. But we know this run is not over yet. We at least have to go to Kanto to battle Blue and Red. And, given our soon-to-be moveset with Surf, Psychic, and Icy Wind, I think we actually have a solid chance of beating both Blue and Red. The question becomes, at what level, and do we need any insane, crit, miss, and or status luck to win? Let's find out. After making my way through Kanto and getting all the gym badges and all the stories, I get to Blue at level 74. We miss our first Icy Wind against his Pidgeot, and it uses Mirror Move to send it right back for some damage. Our next Icy Wind takes it out at about 1 HP, so that tells me we need another few levels to defeat Blue. Exeggutor comes out next, and Icy Wind takes it in the red, and it goes to set up a Solar Beam. I take no chances missing an Icy Wind, and take it out with Surf. Alakazam is out next, and so far the easiest Pokemon to defeat with a one-shot from Surf, and out comes Gyarados. I go for our new move, Psychic, to do a little under half, and he hits a Hyper Beam. If I crit this Psychic, I might have a chance. I do not, and Blue heals on the next turn, and we don't crit either of our Psychics and get taken out with Hyper Beam. I need a short grind. I come back at level 77, and this time, it goes much smoother. We still can't one-shot the Pidgeot, but it misses the Mirror Move Icy Wind, so we take no damage from it and take it out with a Swift like last time. The same thing happens with Exeggutor. Icy Wind takes it into the red, and it tries to set up a Solar Beam, so one Swift takes it out. Alakazam goes down to one Surf again, and now we're at Gyarados at full health, which is great. Psychic does about the same, and this time it goes for a Twister. Interesting choice there, Blue. We get a high roll on our next Psychic to take it out, and we are cruising in this battle now because of it. And we're now at the easy part of the battle. We are super effective against his last two Pokemon, so it Surfs up in the Viridian Gym. We one-shot his Rhydon with Surf, and it's finally time for his good doggo, Arcanine. It goes for an extreme speed, but that does minimal damage, and we Surf all over it for the win. One more battle remains. I go straight for the red battle where we are at level 78 just to gauge where I stand and how much grinding I need to do. I didn't expect to get too far, but was actually pleasantly surprised. We're able to one-shot his Pikachu with Surf, so that's a good start. Next out is Venusaur, who is like Blue's Exeggutor, tries to set up a Solar Beam, so it goes down to two super effective Psychics. Oh my god, are we about to beat Red with a level 78 Staryu? Here's your answer. Nope. Espeon is out next and goes down to two Surfs, but a non-critical Psychic does over 100 damage, and out comes Snorlax, the chunkiest of Pokemon, and we don't stand a chance. So, it's time to grind. I try every few levels and have no luck. We still can't one-shot Venusaur with Psychic, and now it decides to use Sunny Day to negate my Surf for future Pokemon. It still wouldn't matter. We basically need to get to Snorlax at full health, or at least over half, to even have a chance. Instead of doing this battle dozens of times to see if we can get some crit luck or some weird AI, I'm just gonna grind until I win. I hope I don't need to be level 100 with insane luck for this. I feel really good about this run. Finally, at level 97, I get this battle where I get to Snorlax with about a third of my health gone. Surf does almost half, but we are in crit or high roll range, but then Snorlax uses Amnesia, so we need the crit. And by golly, we got it. I should have recorded my reaction to this as soon as we hit the yellow and it kept going. I knew it was a crit and started to celebrate. Blastoise is out next, and it really doesn't have anything to hit us with. So we trade some Psychics and Surfs until eventually we take it down. Once again, we're in an important battle, and the trainer doesn't heal their Pokemon when it's in the red, but I'll take it. Red's last Pokemon is a Charizard, and we take it out with one Surf, and we finally beat Red at level 97. We did it! Red doesn't say anything and then just vanishes. I wonder where he went. And that will do it for this challenge run. Not only can we beat Pokemon Gold with only one Staryu, but we can take down Blue at a pretty low level, and we can take down Red before hitting level 100. I would say this was a success. This was a lot of fun to make, and as always, I'm looking for new challenges in the comment section, in my Discord, and on Twitter. Until next time, I'm ItsReallyTimmyB. Make sure to like and subscribe. Bye-bye.